What's going on, guys? Getchy1230 here with episode 24 of GTA5 Talk, and today's topic was submitted by Gary Sharp, and he said, "Hey Getchy1230, can episode 23 be about weapons?" Well, Gary, this is not episode 23, it is 24, but that doesn't matter. This was a top-rated comment, and I must have had this topic submitted like 10 times in one of my last videos, so yeah, a lot of you guys want to see this, so that is what we're going to talk about today. So, when it comes to weapons, there are so many things Rockstar can do in Grand Theft Auto 5. They've got their largest open-world game to date, and hopefully they're going to really make the weapons cool in Grand Theft Auto 5. One thing I have to start out by saying is that the weapons in GTA 4 were kind of disappointing. To my surprise, I found out that there were only 15 weapons in Grand Theft Auto 4. You know, in a game that is centered around crime, you know, obviously that's what Grand Theft Auto is all about. The game centers around crime and killing people and stealing. Why are there only 15 weapons in a game like that, you know? Like, okay, you know, it's cool they introduced more weapons in The Lost and the Damned. They introduced 6 new weapons, including pipe bombs, you know, like a grenade launcher, sawn-off shotgun, things like that. And then in the Ballad of Gay Tony, which I'm playing in the gameplay scene here, they introduced a few more cool weapons. Right here you can see me using an exploding shotgun, or, you know, exploding rounds, and this is actually my favorite weapon in Grand Theft Auto 4 when you include the expansion packs. It just devastates everything. It's really fun to use. But they also added a few other things like the satchel charges, which you could detonate whenever you wanted, things like that. So that was cool. But the fact that they only had 15 weapons when you turn on the game is really, like I said, kind of disappointing. And there wasn't any weapon customization either. They gave you the weapons, and that's all you got. So what do I want to see in Grand Theft Auto 5? I want to see a little bit more weapon customization. From the screenshots that we've seen so far, luckily we know that there are at least like attachments for weapons now. In the one screenshot, we can see a laser attachment on one of the guns that I think Franklin is holding, so that's a good start. You know, that's cool that we can add things like that. And, I don't know, I guess I'm wondering how far we'll be able to take the weapon customization. I'm assuming that we'll be able to add scopes, but then how many different scopes will there be? Maybe there will only be one? I'd actually like to see a few different ones. Maybe one like you see here, where I'm scoping in like this. Maybe an ACOG scope, a holographic scope, a red dot scope. If any of you guys play Call of Duty, then you know all about all these different scopes. But you know, just things like that. Maybe even different stocks or grips. Things that can improve your accuracy and stuff like that. But even on top of weapon customizations, here's something that I think would be pretty cool. I'm going to, for lack of a better term, call these thug weapons, and what I mean by this is like taking a normal baseball bat and being able to go to like the hardware store or anywhere, buy barbed wire, and wrap that bat with the barbed wire, because we have also seen barbed wire in the screenshots. Barbed wire was wrapped around the tops of fences to keep intruders out. Let me just add, these are the satchel charges that you're seeing in the gameplay right now that I was just talking about. But anyways, back to thug weapons. I guess what I mean by that is like building your own weapons, being able to combine things to create new weapons, like putting a nail through a plank of wood. Like, these things might seem a little silly, but when it really gets down to it, little details like this is what makes a game great, being able to do what you want. If any of you guys have played like Left 4 Dead 2, then you know that you can combine weapons. You can like add a saw to a sledgehammer, for example, and have a sledge saw, you know, where one end is a hammer and one end is a saw. So things like that are really neat. So I'm really hoping that Rockstar takes weapons to the next level in Grand Theft Auto 5. I'd also like to see just more guns off the bat. You know, when I boot up the game for the first time, like I said, only 15 weapons in Grand Theft Auto 4 is such a disappointment. I feel like in a game like Grand Theft Auto, when, you know, they're going crazy with things like the map and the gameplay and the storyline and all that, why not go crazy with the weapons? When I say go crazy, I also mean things like using animals as weapons. As we all know, Franklin has his dog named Chop. We've seen Chop in the trailers. Will we be able to use Chop as a weapon? I'm hoping that when we're playing as Franklin, we'll have the option to walk with Chop next to us and sick him on whoever we want to. You know, if we're like shooting cops or whatever, have him running along with us and just have him jump on a cop or on random people on the beach or just anybody. Have him bite people, do really just cool things like that. Maybe we will be able to see dogs as weapons as well. Also, one other thing that I just remembered that I feel like I should touch on is how you select the weapon that you're going to use. In Grand Theft Auto 4, as you can see me doing right now, I have to toggle through the weapons with the D-pad, and if any of you guys play this on the Xbox 360, then you know that the D-pad on the Xbox is just an absolute nightmare. It is terrible. So, what they're adding in Grand Theft Auto 5 is the weapon wheel that was seen in Red Dead Redemption, where all you had to do is hit like one of the triggers or one of the left or right buttons, I'm not sure which, but then it brought up your wheel of weapons, and you used the analog stick to point to the one you wanted, and you could switch exactly to the weapon you wanted in literally under a second, rather than Grand Theft Auto, where it could take 5 seconds to take the weapon that you wanted, and that could easily result in you getting killed, just because it took so long. So, the weapon wheel has been confirmed, not by Rockstar themselves, but when Rockstar showed the preview of Grand Theft Auto 5 to all these video game news companies such as IGN and Game Informer, they said that the weapon wheel did return, and it's the new way of selecting weapons, so that is very cool. I'm very excited for that. So, in conclusion, what do I want to see? I want to see more weapons, more guns. I think from the screenshots and the trailers so far, we already know that there are more guns, but I also want to see more attachments and more customizations. I also want to see ghetto weapons. I want to be able to pick up a propane tank, hold it over my head, and smack somebody with it. I want to be able to take out a fence post out of the ground and swing it. I want to be able to, you know, just use anything as a weapon. I think games like that are really cool, where it really allows you to immerse yourself into the environment and become one with the game. So guys, that does it for me. Tell me, what kind of weapons do you want to see? What kind of attachments do you want to see? Do you think we will be able to see just like random things as weapons, pick them off the ground and just start swinging them? Maybe like pull an umbrella out of the sand on the beach and start using that. I think that'd be really cool. So, as always, submit your ideas for future topics of GTA 5 talk, and that's about it, guys. I will see you next time. See ya!